everybody. Welcome to The Founder's Chair. The Founder's Chair is a podcast where we dive deep into the lives of business owners and find out what it's really like to run a business. Today, we are with the wonderful John Short of JDN Property Services. JDN Property Services is a wonderful property maintenance company. They'll help you with anything from damp proofing to woodworming treatment. So welcome, John. Thank you so much for coming on to The Founder's Chair.
Thanks so much, Lauren. Good to be here.
So to get us started and kicked off, can you tell us three things that are special about JDN Property Services?
To be honest with you, three things. It's hard to just pick three. I would say we're honest, we're hardworking, and you'll definitely get quality from us.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important, especially in this day and age. Everything's a bit kind of slapdash.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's honesty is one of the best, most important qualities to have right now in this day and age, especially. So, that's amazing. And why did you start? Why are you in business?
So basically, I'd worked for kind of three of the bigger firms, and never seen myself as being a business person. Never seen this coming. And we had some words in my last firm, and it didn't end well. Didn't agree with the way they were doing things, the way they were treating customers, and I was sort of put my head in the pillow at night, and kind of constantly being kind of threatened if jobs weren't finished in time, then you weren't on the job tomorrow, and that's not the way to be treating people.
Yeah.
So it was Easter weekend of 2015. Went in and said, I'm out, and the rest is really
amazing. You thought you could do this better than them, so
and we can, and we
have. Yeah, and you are.
It's been interesting because I know every now and again we get kind of a set of eyes on us, or there's kind of folk what they're up to now. So it's doing something right.
Amazing. And then where did the name JDN Property Services come from?
So this is a bit of a funny story to this. This goes way back to when I was, must have been kind of 16, 17. Just kind of coming into the world of doing quite a lot of DJing. So doing kind of various functions and bits and bobs and just enjoying life as being a teenager is. Comes into the driving world and you get your nice new car, and I fancied a private registration plate, and I thought, go for it. Obviously, my name's just JDN, and looking at the prices on the DVLA website, couldn't afford JDN, so we looked at similar, and we just went with D. So in fact, that was the original plate there.
Right, okay.
It was way back, and I just wouldn't part with it.
Yeah.
And obviously, kind of getting through in the deep end when the kind of company to come together, I had to think of a name quick, so it was just JDN Property Services.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you've still got the old Reggie plate as well for like.
Well, that's the one I put in my car. I would never do away with it. Never.
That's brilliant.
Down in history. I see all other bands. They've all got ones. We've got a CA11, so it looks like called JDN.
Right.
One that looks like ball JDN, as if shouting. We've got JDN, as in go and see them. So that's just a fanatic that comes.
Brilliant, I love that. That's actually like, I always think everything happens for a reason and you might not know why at the time, but back when you were 17, like there was a reason you couldn't afford JDN, and this was maybe it.
Well, and I think about it sensibly as well. You got to sell the business, nobody really wants to buy my name,
Yeah, definitely. That's like a big thing, I think, for branding. When it's your actual name, it's more difficult to sell on 100%.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that. What a good story. So John, can you tell us what's the thing that you're most proud of in your business?
I think most proud of. I'm proud of a lot of things, to be honest with you. I'm proud of kind of branding. I'm proud of our staff. There's so many kind of parts that kind of make our business
that have made up to it. Yeah.
It's actually quite a nice feeling when you see a band pass you and you go, that's us.
Yeah.
It's that wee warm feeling. Just knowing kind of how the whole process takes place, from
Yeah,
kind of getting the call to us kind of getting out to see you and the boys getting out to do the job, and it's just everybody's got a wee kind of part to kind of making it that kind
yeah.
of proud establishment of what we are.
Like the whole journey of how you've got to where you're kind of are then.
Aye.
Amazing. That's so good. What are the three things that would say that have contributed the most to the success of your business?
Oh, three things. I think honesty, as we spoke about at the start there, honesty is one thing I am passionate about. You've got to be honest with folk. If people buy people, absolutely.
Yeah,
Um, Probably being determined. I'm no, I don't lie down easy. And I think that kind of, I'll not give up. It's kick me down 4 times, I'll get up six. I'm that kind of person. I'm probably the most stubborn person you'll ever meet. Uh, and I don't know, we're always just constantly kind of reinvesting ourselves as well. It's kind
yeah,
of, what's the kind of next avenue? How can we make that section better? How can we make this better? It's,
yeah.
it's just reinventing yourself as well.
Yeah,
Staying up
you need
to
to
time.
be like that right now because times are changing and everything changes so quickly. So to but to have that mindset is amazing though as well that you know that you have to keep kind of a keep up with the times and keep reinventing yourself because you'll have people probably in a similar line of work to you that have had the business for years that don't want to change with the times. So that's
You've
a
got
really
to
good mindset
keep
to
moving,
have.
come back.
Yeah. What would you say has been like the most difficult challenge you've had to overcome since starting up JDN?
Um, I'd probably say recruitment, to be honest with you, Lauren.
Right,
I don't
okay.
know. Trying to find the kind of diamonds in the mud, I think, have been the
Yeah.
hardest part. We're in such a weird world right now where it really did get me down when I think about it. I came back to when I served my time. I think I took home about 90 quid a week,
Yeah.
right? And I was working hard for those 4 years and then getting promoted, becoming surveyor, whatever. Um, you look at the journey and how hard it was to get there.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, you can drive a bus, you can stack beans on maybe like a similar rate as to kind of less than an apprentice nowadays. It's as if there's no kind of skill, kind of reward as such.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are kind of looking at that, going, well, that's the pay there, that's the pay there. And, it's, I found that the most challenging, to be honest with you. But as I say,
Yeah.
I don't think we're alone in that. I think all the way around it, kind of various industries are in the same kind of
Yeah,
position.
definitely. Do
Which,
you
which
offer like it's like training or anything like apprenticeships in your work or
do,
is
yeah.
it
I say
yeah,
we've just had one of our apprentices just pass his skill test a few weeks back. So
amazing.
come March, his time will be out.
Oh good.
Aye, super proud of him.
Yeah.
And fingers crossed, I'll get my eldest boy coming in. He'll leave school a year from now and start his apprenticeship.
Oh, that's
So
so good. That'll be a proper proud
that's
dad moment. Yeah.
uh,
That's good when you
aye,
can kind of see their journey from like the start to the kind of a finishing line there as well, isn't it?
absolutely, absolutely, aye.
Oh,
So
amazing. If you had to pick like a top business mentor, who would you say and what have they taught you most importantly?
a business mentor. Now, I'm not going to say, uh, she might have a book. I don't know. She's an intelligent woman, but I'm going to go down and say Michelle Grant at Granty Business Solutions. And the reason I
Right,
say
amazing. Shout out.
Michelle is, honestly, she's absolutely blew this business out of the park.
Yeah,
There was, to put you in the picture, I've come into building a business with no business background, no family relatives in a business. I've had to kind of learn all this from scratch.
yeah,
So through having somebody with that kind of mindset where it's all about kind of strategies and goals and things like that, it really helped me drive forward and it made me more determined to get to the next stage.
yeah,
Um, and I felt as if it was niched around us, if you like.
yeah,
She understood how this kind of business operates. So you can't do that because that's not going to work, and we need to think about this and take that into consideration. And honestly, she's one person I like working to. Even kind of in her own kind of world, I just look up to her. She's
Yeah,
such an inspiration, you know.
yeah,
And I just feel so lucky that we crossed paths.
yeah,
It's mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing.
yeah.
Um,
That's amazing.
in terms of kind of famous folk, I wouldn't really know, to be honest with you. I'm not. I'm too busy in my own wee bubble.
That's a good thing, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, have been too busy in your own bubble to have to look for outside sources. So that's definitely a really good thing. And yeah, shout out to Michelle Grant because she's just a ray of sunshine, I think, in everybody's life. So, what if you had to like start again? Let's say it's 2015 and you're deciding to start up JDN from scratch again. Would you do anything differently?
um, I think where I went wrong at the start, Lauren, it was I didn't quite get the balance of the whole work-life balance.
Hmm.
And I think on many occasions, I don't know how many times I got a rollicking for this, but basically I was running into kind of burnout mode. You know,
Yeah,
I was just that drained. I was making silly mistakes. You know, you were just absolutely exhausted. And
yeah,
sometimes it works out better to kind of take a step back,
yeah,
shut down, and start again. And you go
100%.
with a fresh mind, and kind of things work better. I
Yeah.
think sometimes you work too hard at it, it just you can't see clearly.
Aye.
Uh,
Aye.
and I found as if that was my fault.
Yeah.
If I could do it again, I'd probably find that I'd probably be a bit further forward now in life if I'd kind of focused myself back then.
Yeah. And how's your work-life balance now?
It's pretty good. It is pretty good, to be fair. I do try and come away at the end of the day and kind of right, that's it.
Cut off
Also,
that a
another
bit.
part of the business as well. You know, and we try and make it that when we close that door at night and pull that shutter, that's what finished to tomorrow, and we then become a couple again. And then again, when we come back into work, we're back to being director, manager, or whoever
Good.
your
Yeah.
role is in the business. You know, um, aye, as I say, it's certainly a lot better.
Yeah.
Especially my youngest daughter kind of coming into the world. You know, it's important. You know, you've got to kind of enjoy these moments because they don't
Yeah.
last forever.
Yeah, exactly. And I think once you like when you do have like young kids and that, it does put things into perspective of what really is important. So good that you found that balance. And also good that you and your partner can kind of have that balance as well because it can be difficult working together and living together. So it's good that you have the working relationship and then when you come home, like you said, you're a couple again and you don't talk about work. So
You've got to. You've got to. Aye, there's no point. I fall over it and flick the beans across the table. It's just
yeah, that would be me. You're holding grudges forever, stealing the covers at night and things like that. So if you had to give advice to other business owners, what advice would you give them?
um probably remain passionate. I think sometimes we get a bit distracted in our business, you know, and we forget what our purpose is. What is your why? And
Yeah,
if you remain passionate about it, you'll feed that back out, you know, and people see um what kind of how passionate are. And a good example of that, there's a gentleman, Scott Reed, at Stratton Masonry.
hmm,
For all means, Scott, in completely different industries, you can just see the passion through Scott in his industry and how, you know, he might be a business owner, director, or whatever. He doesn't lose his roots. He does
yeah,
not lose his roots, you know, and you can see the guy is. He'll never forget where he kind of started from. He always talks about his story.
yeah,
And I think if you've always got that kind of mindset and kind of don't forget where you came from,
yeah,
you'll go far. You definitely will go far.
yeah. That's a really, really important message is what's your why? Because everyone has their goals and everyone knows what they want, but why do you want it? Like what's driving you? So that's brilliant advice.
Mhm.
What's your aspirations for JDN and for yourself for the next 5 years? Have you got any goals?
Um, in the next 5 years, as I say, obviously we've got potentially Lewis coming on board. Um, Lewis is my eldest son, and his kind of sister's just a year behind him.
Mhm.
And believe it or not, she wants to be a joiner. She
Oh, I
initially
love
came out,
that. Good for her.
she wanted to be a paramedic initially, and had a change of heart. and wants to be involved in the family business as well. So that was very kind of, that put a lump in my throat,
Yeah.
my girl kind of wanting to be in there, kind of muck in. So as I say, it's scary to think that in 5 years, my three eldest will be out in the working world.
Yeah.
As I say, we've just got wee kind of Callie, who's just going to, she'll be 2 next year, so she's got a wee bit to go.
She'll be your
As I
baby
say,
forever.
oh, she will be. As I say, I would like to get another 2 vans on the road in the next 5 years.
Right, okay.
Keep kind of plugging away. I don't want to grow too big. Just
Yeah.
nice and manageable,
Yeah.
and keep a solid house.
How many vans have you got on the road right now?
Just now we've just got the 4,
Four.
so
So we'll
just the
up
4.
that to 6 in the next 5 years.
Yep.
Yeah,
Aye.
that's a good goal.
That,
That's a really good goal.
that's a plan. So as I
Amazing.
say, we're getting there slowly but surely, small
Yeah,
steps.
absolutely. Well, that's it. You don't want to go too fast and then have that burnout moment, that you were talking about earlier. So, yeah, go at a manageable pace for you and for your business. So, oh, but that's absolutely amazing. You're doing so well, and like how much you've took off in the past almost 10 years. Next year you'll be 10 years. So that is like how
Mhm.
many businesses can say that they've made it to 10 years? Not a lot. So you
I
should be
keep,
so proud of that.
I'm to keep doing everything, so go for it.
So, before I let you go, John, and let you get on with your day, I like to always ask my guest this last question. Um, what was your favorite holiday destination that you've ever been on, and what is your dream holiday destination that you want to go on?
Um, my favourite, my favourite's got to be Amsterdam. It was my first holiday abroad.
Wow,
With just me and Marie. We went a
oh,
city break,
amazing.
and some of the things we got up to, we done the kind of Bodyworks Museum, the Heineken experience.
Yeah,
It was just so magic. And again, that's probably kind of goes back into earlier on in the podcast when we speak about the kind of whole burnout.
yeah,
Marie was so concerned that I was going to take a stroke. I was just so work orientated, and it was just so great to just go, take time out, recharge, and just enjoy a bit of the world. It
yeah.
was. I think it must have been around about kind of now, in fact,
A good time of year
December,
to go, kind
and
of a Christmas time of year as well, isn't it?
yeah, aye. And it was just so enjoyable, absolutely so
Oh, good.
enjoyable. Dream holiday. Oh, I don't actually know. I don't get to go on holiday much, to be honest with you. I'm too busy kind of, right, okay, next week. um, I don't know. I do enjoy a city break, I must admit. I'm not a
Yeah,
big fan of sunshine.
yeah. You get bored lying at the beach all day.
I fancy doing something kind of out the blue, like maybe going to Iceland and kind of seeing like kind of the
Nice.
natural pools or the Northern Lights or something like that. Something like
Yeah,
that would be quite quirky.
that would be amazing. Iceland's on my bucket list as well, to be honest. So I'm the same as you. I prefer a city break, I get quite bored, just kind of a sitting
Uh,
about the pool all day. So yeah, I like a city break. I've done Amsterdam before and I've really enjoyed it. So that's a good
I've been
answer.
twice, and it was great, absolutely great holiday.
Yeah, that's a really good
Uh,
answer. So John, thank you so much for joining us on the Founder's Chair. That is our podcast all done for today. So for any of our listeners, if they want to get in touch with you or find out more about your services, how can they do that?
well, to be honest with you, we're all over the internet. A quick Google search will find you. As I say, we're on the phone as well. We're not hard to find. We're not hard to
No.
find.
You literally come up first on Google, I'm sure, if you search it. So quite easy to find. And then let's do a quick overview of kind of a different services that you offer, for anyone that's listening that doesn't fully know everything that you do offer.
So our business consists of three kind of sectors. We've got the preservation side, which looks after our kind of damp proofing and timber preservation side. We've got the insurance reinstatement side, which obviously kind of helps put your house back together after a disaster, or that be fire or whatever. And we've got the fire and flood restoration, which basically gets your house in shape for the restoration side. So we've been working closely with the BDMA on that. So, yep,
Then
for
lots of
a
services on offer
bag of
then.
all trades.
Yep. Fabulous. So thank you so much to all of our listeners, and thank you so much to Joan for joining us today.